I'm Johnny Cole with the Southland Music Line.
I'm Stefan Lawson, the founder of Coastal Noise.
We welcome you to another episode of the Gulf Coast Music Scene. And tonight we're standing outside the Listening Room on St. Francis here in Mobile, Alabama. We'll be talking with Jim Pennington, the owner of the Listening Room, and also with O. Jeremiah. Hey, how you doing, Jim? It's good to see you.
Doing good. Welcome to the Listening Room, John.
Well, it's always a pleasure to come over here. I know we've been coming here for about a year now. You guys opened up
May the 2nd, so 9 months or so.
Oh, wow. It's already coming along a year, isn't it?
Sure is.
I know the first time I came here was to see Wes Lee.
Wesley's awesome, man. He's absolutely one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's a good favorite, good guy, and a lot of joy to see him. We actually did a show recently in Ocean Springs, and we got a chance to talk to him.
Right.
One of the things I wanted to ask you was what got you to think about starting the Listening Room here?
Man, I've been fortunate enough, like you, to travel not quite as much as you have, but I've been to these great places like Eddie's Attic up in Decatur, Georgia, and the Mucky Duck out in Houston, Texas, and I really got turned on to the stories behind the music, the songwriting aspect of it. So I said, I think Mobile needs something like that. So it's, just basically trying to create a respectful place for the artist to play and tell the stories behind the songs.
Yeah. And that's really one of the things that stands out about a listening room, room environment. In the last few months, you've seen who's some of the people who's played here?
Well, we've had Eric Erdman, Lisa Mills. That's two of the top songwriters on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, they're both really good.
We've had Spencer Bourne out of New Orleans. He's an absolute legend. Of course, we've had Wes Lee, I guess, 3 times. We got Billy McLaughlin coming up May the 8th. That's a high-profile show, so that's a little bit in the future. Had Johnny Barbado, everybody, the who's who of the Gulf Coast have played here.
There's a band coming up here and you said, actually, I'm going to be in South by Southwest that week, but they're actually playing here on Saturday, March the 19th.
March 19th. That's your friends, the Strangled Darlings. Very excited about them.
Definitely, I hope people can turn out for that. They're really a good band. Two really nice people. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, I really think what you got going here is extremely good. It seems to be going very successful. I think people on the Gulf Coast really need to continue to support it.
Right.
And I just love your enthusiasm for what you're doing. And, of course, tonight's show, so quite a thrill.
Oh, Jeremiah, man, they came in here in November, the night of the Alabama LSU game.
Oh my goodness!
And I was terrified of that, but they absolutely packed it out. So
really, if they can pack out that night, that's in this part of the country. That's pretty cool.
I just love them to death. I'm so excited to have them back tonight, and I appreciate you giving them some coverage tonight.
Well, hey, I appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much,
Johnny. Appreciate all you do for the music scene.
Well, Jeremiah, Aaron, congratulations, first of all. You just got married. Big deal. I mean, it's long overdue.
Agreed.
And two of the sweetest, nicest people I've had a chance to get to know in the last 2 or 3 years. I think I saw your second show.
Second show.
Where was that at? Was it at?
It was at Irish Coast Pub on the coast.
Yep.
And we were just smitten at the time. We were just
okay.
Wait, are we going
Is this a love story?
Yeah,
or
I'm trying to
No,
figure out.
your story is a love story, but still.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That's so true.
That's why we got married.
Yeah, we
Marketing.
got married for marketing.
Sorry.
But that was our second show that you saw us, and we've kind of ditched the band since then, and we've just been doing long distance dating.
What?
I thought we were just still doing the
Okay.
dating thing. Okay, yeah.
So how long does that total make it that y'all have played together?
3 years?
3 years.
3 years. So we started the band, and then a week or two later, I got West Nile, and then I spent a big chunk of the early days of O. Jeremiah in a hospital. And then as soon as I got out, we started taking it pretty seriously because everything's life and death at that point.
Yeah.
So then we went on our first tour, lost a lot of money, and then now we're back, and we're a little bit better at the business part of stuff, I would say.
Yeah, he's in charge of that, so.
So I don't know what that even
Well, you guys, one of the things really kind of neat about you guys is I could look on the map and see your name pop up at Rockwood Hall in New York or somewhere like 930 in Washington, D.C. And I was saying, Jeremiah, is this the same O. Jeremiah I saw at the Irish Coast Pub? And
we don't stop. She hates it. I'm just kidding. But we're always gone. We're planning another run. I had to get permission to be gone most of the summer, and it's we love just to be gone. We got a new record coming out, so we're planning moves already.
Which you did in Maine, you said.
Yeah, we did it in Parsonsfield, Maine, which is a small, not creepy Stephen King town, but that's where Stephen King's from, and it feels very cell phones don't work there, that kind of thing. And we made a record last March, and it's really expensive to come out with a record, and if we'd quit leaving, we could be here long enough to get it out. But we finally took time off to get married and get a record ready, and it's going to be coming out in June. It was produced by Sam Kassir, who did Josh Ritter, Lake Street Dive, and all that kind of stuff. Awesome guy.
And you just got back too from Europe.
Yes, we got married in Hattiesburg, and then we went very tiredly on a plane to Ireland, and we honeymooned. We did like the Jameson Distillery, and our BFF, the Mulligan brothers, were there, and they asked us to play a show. And the one rule we had before we went, everyone kept asking us, "Are you going to bring your instruments on?" And we were like, "No, we just want to be married."
It was the joke that came true.
Yeah, and then I was just talking to their drummer, and he's like, "Well, we're going to be there when you're going honeymooning. You have to come play with us."
Yeah. So
And
we used their instruments. They were nice enough to let us use them.
They offered us to play like the whole time, but she was going to divorce me if I did that. So.
Well, you guys have a great friendship with the Mulligan brothers, because
they're awesome.
and I've seen
Yeah.
you guys have opened for them a number of times,
Yeah.
and it's that's great to see two people from the same neck of the woods.
They're our celebrity crush for sure. We love them.
They're good people.
They are,
They're
and
awesome.
like you guys are, and.
Disagree, but okay.
No, it is. I know after the second time I saw you guys was at T-Bone Records. You opened for the Lone Bellow,
Yeah.
and that's when they pulled that big old bus in there behind the record store in Hattiesburg.
Yep.
was so
and
weird.
we walked there.
Yeah,
and you
we
guys
walked
walked
to
there,
the gig.
and then I popped in there, and I was like, "That's old Jeremiah. That's that old Jeremiah again,
Right.
with a different kind of name." And it was, and then you blew me away because you had improved so drastically,
Thanks.
and I really knew I was a fan from then on.
Thanks.
That's good.
And
What are the dynamics like of working with just the two of you and going? Does the simplicity of it all help you in your touring and your management of the whole?
Yes.
That's a great question that no one
Yeah.
ever asked us.
That's good.
To me, it's better because the things that we're known for are, I have really peculiar lyrics. I write, Paul Simon's my hero, so I have no fear of writing about animals and space shuttles or anything. And if you have a loud drummer in the back, that gets covered up. So it just sounds like, is he singing about animals? Let's just go. Let's just leave. But if you get like, give me context, it can, like a story can evolve. And the other thing we're relatively known for is our harmonies. And that's something that you lose if there's like loud drums and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
too. So whenever we stripped all that down, we could learn what we were better at. Because it's really easy to pretend like you're better whenever you can't hear anything over the drums or the bass or anything like that.
And it does make life easier.
Yeah.
With touring, I mean. there's
Touring in a
only-
Ford Focus is so much cheaper than touring in a van.
There's
Oh,
only
yeah.
2 people to feed, 2 people to make happy.
Yeah.
And I bet getting together for practices is a little bit easier.
Oh,
too.
yes.
Yep.
She
Yep.
hates practicing
Yeah.
because she would much rather just watch The Office, and I
Oh,
get
that's
that.
awful to say.
But it's true though, but in a loving way.
Okay.
So she's
Well, because we live together, so it's like now it's
Yeah,
like
we
we
have
have
one
to
of those
like
traditional
schedule.
marriages.
Oh my word. we have to like schedule. we have to like schedule rehearsals. So I mean, if you're with the person that.
So we
you know.
we schedule rehearsals so we can be more intentional about getting better at the thing we're trying to do for a living.
Ouch. Okay.
I'm really glad you guys did this. We're bringing to light a lot of issues. But it's also really easy because we don't have to, when we're on the road, we were on the road today for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate. We really love just hanging out together.
Yeah.
And whenever we were 2 single people on tour together, we would go on tour for 3 weeks. And then as soon as we get back, I would text her because I was like, hey, I miss you. Let's go watch The Office on Netflix. And it's just, thank you.
Sorry.
Let's not rehearse. But yeah, touring as a duo is the best thing in the world. I don't see how other people do it any other way.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Well, not. I mean, there's complications.
Well, you guys have got a great relationship, and I can see right now, just because you back and forth with someone, no, that's not that, no, that's great. I've been married for 27 years, and me and my wife continue to talk that way, so
Nice.
that's pretty good.
Nice.
But
Well, it's only been 3 weeks, but no, it's been a month. We hit a month mark.
Good.
month, man,
Yeah.
hey,
we're
there you
still
go,
thinking,
there
yeah.
you go.
Well, for a question in closing, how many times has it been that you've played here in the listening room?
Oh, this is our second time
Right.
in the
And what is
listening
the experience of like playing in a dedicated listening room as opposed to a bar or a different kind of venue?
room.
It's like way preferred.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we can't emphasize the difference enough.
Right.
We write these songs, and it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, Aaron, I think I have the lyric, finally. And then you go to a bar, and no one cares. No one cares how long you slaved over that. But if you're playing it where people are sitting down, taking you in, it's the most rewarding way to play music. It's, with technology, there's so many ways to be connected and disconnected at the same time. But the listening room is kind of the prehistoric, traditional, just be in the moment with the musician. And there's no other way to do it. And I mean, we love Mobile, and we have loved Mobile. It was one of the first places we ever fell in love with. But there's something sacred about a listening room where there's absolute silence, and people are actually giving you a chance to love your music instead of just drinking beer and playing pool.
You guys have traveled enough to places like Athens and different places, and have seen. You see the importance also in music scenes, the importance of a listening room.
Oh yeah.
And so most places got bars and venues, and they're great, some great ones. But what Jim Pennington has here is very special, and you having a part of it is a great thing.
Really, anybody can make a bar. You just go and buy a bunch of beer and then just like exist in a room together. But to create a listening room, you have to like create a moment with, and that's such that's like stumbling upon a miracle. You can't just do that. That's a trick in itself. But if you can do a listening room, and I think Jim is doing a wonderful thing at the listening room. I think that's something that does benefit the music scene in such a more valuable way than just like, hey, we have another room where we can drink beer.
Yeah.
And, that's. Yeah.
You got it.
Okay, great.
Nailed it on the head.
Okay.
Hey, well, listen.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing you in this environment.
Oh, awesome.
And I appreciate you guys sitting down and talking with us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
See you guys in like a minute.
Yeah,
Or something.
right on.
Okay.
Hey.
Yay. Okay.
We were just two animals with whiskers on our faces. We live where no one will ever go. We built up our very own kingdom. Just two animals roaming in our two places till someone